Welcome into August of 1992, everyone. It is a nice rainy morning here. We're going to start out with getting our chores done. We have some milk we need to get hauled. Our cattle are still on the downturn, but things should start looking up here pretty quick. We've had a few babies born here in the last month, and we've got a couple more coming either this month or next month. So we should be on the upturn here very soon, and that's good. Our goats, on the other hand, are already producing a little bit more. And by little bit, I do mean little bit. They are goats. They're not producing a whole lot anyway, but every little bit helps. And we have a few goats we need to get sold this month as well. I don't know if we'll get any chopping done this month. Genuinely just depends on the weather here and what it's looking like. But we do have plenty of corn we need to chop this month. I think we're down to like 80,000 liters or less of silage here, so that's not very much. But thankfully we can chop either this month or next month if the weather doesn't cooperate. But it does look like the sun is supposed to come out later today, so hopefully that's the case. Well, we'll run up here, get our cattle fed. We don't have any cattle to move yet. Won't have any for a few months anyway. But we have had a few new bull calves, so we do have some fat cattle coming down the pipeline still. We've had a lot of females here lately, which is definitely not a bad thing. And here, over the next, 3-4 years, we will definitely have to start turning out some of our older cows and getting them sold off once they start, becoming too old to reproduce. All right, as you can tell, we are definitely way down on our milk production. We're down to 760 gallons here. And I think we peaked, I can't quite remember, but I want to say somewhere around like 1,400 gallon. So yeah, we're definitely down a ways. But we'll get this run into the creamery, then we'll run back, get our goat milk hauled, and then it's on to hauling off our fat goats. All right, we're down here at the creamery, so we'll go ahead and get this milk sold off here. All right, we are $500 over, so we'll take $500 back to get us even to where we would be in August of 1992. All right, we're at $46,193. So we'll head back, get the goat milk, get it sold, and keep on moving with our day here. All right, we're here at the creamery. We'll go ahead and get this sold off. And we made $850 too much, so I'll pull $850 back here. All right, so we're at $46,462. So we'll run home, get the 856 hooked up to the stock trailer, and get our fat goats hauled and sold off. And hopefully by then, the rain has quit, because we still need to mow. I completely forgot that we needed to mow our alfalfa and get it baled this month. Not the end of the world if we can't. We can always do it next month, but I was really hoping to get it done this month. All right, we got the trailer loaded up with 4 goats. We'll go ahead and get these sold off here. And we're going to run down to the animal dealer to get them sold. Not a big load of goats by any means, but here in about 6-7 months, we'll have, I think, 9 more goats. 8 more, 9 more, something like that, to be sold off. So that'll be a pretty good sell there. We're down here at the animal dealer, so we'll go ahead and get these goats sold off here. All right, we need to take $1,150 off here. All right, so that puts us at $47,891. That is wonderful. So we're going to head back to the home place here, get everything ready to get our baling done, get our alfalfa knocked down and taken care of here. And hopefully by then the rain has stopped and we're able to start mowing right away. All right, well, the rain has stopped, so we're out here in the alfalfa getting it knocked down. And once we get this all baled up, we will need to reseed this field. It is one of the unfortunate parts of alfalfa is it does die off after a few years, so we do need to get this reseeded this fall here, or late summer, I guess. Not a big deal at all, just a part of raising alfalfa. So we'll get this taken care of as quickly as we can. We have a lot of seeding to do, and I wouldn't mind getting our corn chopped this month. Doesn't have to be this month. We have more than enough silage to get us through till next month, but it's always good to be ahead instead of behind. So we'll see how far we get this month. All right, we got all of our baling done here, so we're going to go ahead and get this field plowed up. It needs a good deep tillage here. Then we'll cultivate. I'm also going to go ahead and fertilize. I know I said I wasn't going to, but at this point I kind of need to make some more bales if, at all possible. So that's what we're going to do. And I also just, really need to get rid of some manure here. It's starting to build up pretty big, so we just don't quite have enough fields yet to cover everything. So we're going to go ahead, plow this up, spread some manure, and then get it cultivated and planted. We are going back to alfalfa here, but like I said in the last episode, this alfalfa is something that just needs to be redone every couple of years. Or, well, really every 4 or 5 years, so this is what we're going to do. It's, I'm trying to keep this as realistic as I can as far as, farm sim goes. So I've definitely got some plans here for the future as far as equipment changes and hopefully expanding at some point. I know it doesn't look great with us only having $46,000, but I'm, trying to stay hopeful and optimistic that we can buy a new field here in the next few years. All right, we got the field all plowed up here, so we're going to go ahead and spread some fertilizer out here. Or I guess I should say manure. And, yeah, this is definitely going to increase the amount of bales that we have off this, but at this point, that's okay. I probably need them anyway, just for that little added income in the winter, so not a huge deal by any means. So we'll go ahead and get all of this fertilized, and then we're going to cultivate it. And what an animation off this, by the way. You can see the steam coming off the manure as it's shooting out of the spreader here. I think that's absolutely awesome. Looks really good. Looks honestly pretty realistic. Now, in August, are you going to see steam? Not so much, but it's still, pretty cool to see. All right, we're on our second load of manure here. I've definitely done a terrible job of overlapping really bad, as you can see, but that's all right. I actually quite enjoy using this manure spreader. The animation's great. The ground texture is wonderful. So this is, this is fun. I really haven't done any manure spreading hardly. I've done it once, so this is something I definitely want to get more use out of. And yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Now, I am terrible about the overlap and turning, but, that's okay. But I do believe my 1586 would pull this if this wasn't plowed ground. I don't think I need to use the big four-wheel drive for it. But I absolutely love this tractor. So any excuse I can, get to use it, I'm going to use it. And B, it being on plowed ground, I don't think the 1586 would have pulled it very well, especially with this being on a hill. This map kind of seems flat in places, but there's a lot of undulation through it. It's honestly pretty incredible. So even though this kind of seems flat, it's really not. It's definitely on a hill, so I don't think the 1586 would have pulled this through the plowed ground. Now, that being said, I should have done this first and then run the chisel plow through to really work this manure, deep into the ground, but I was in a hurry, didn't think about it, so no big deal. It just, like I said, gives me a reason and an excuse to use my 4786, which is absolutely my favorite tractor in the game. It's honestly one of my favorite tractors in real life. I absolutely love the 4786. It's so much fun to run. So we'll get this done here in a few passes, and we can move on to getting this cultivated, because we absolutely do not want to run the seeder through this plowed ground. It would be terrible. So we're going to cultivate first, and then we can drag the seeder out of the shed finally. I definitely planned on using that to, plant oats for our horses, but since we don't have horses, there's really no point in me planting oats anywhere, so that seeder just kind of really wasn't going to get used, but thankfully we came up with a reason to use it here. Alright, with that, spreading manure is finished, so we used almost a cart and a half, so that's pretty good. Like I said, we were building up quite a pile there of manure, so it's good to get rid of some of it. Now, we will be definitely doing more of this fall, as our big field will be being switched to corn after we get our, soybeans harvested, so we'll definitely have plenty of manure and slurry to get spread here. And hopefully moving forward, like I said earlier, I can get some more fields and we can really start hammering out the slurry and the manure here. But we'll go ahead and get this put away, grab the cultivator, and get that field cultivated. Alright, we got the cultivator out, get it unfolded, we'll get it dropped down, and we can get this field all cultivated up nice and ready to be seeded here. Alright, we got the field all cultivated up. It is ready to be planted, so we'll go ahead, drop the seeder here, and we will get to seeding this field. Unfortunately, this does not have any row markers on it, but the outside tire does make a decent little groove in the dirt, so it shouldn't be too hard for me to follow. But we'll go ahead and get this field all reseeded here with alfalfa. I'm pretty sure I got enough on the seeder, or enough seed in the seeder. Say that 10 times fast. And this shouldn't take too terribly long. It's kind of nice planting with the 1066 instead of the 1586. Just something a little different here. But we'll go ahead and get this hammered out, and this field will be done. Alright, and with this pass, we are done replanting our alfalfa. So we'll get this thing run back home, get it all cleaned up, put back in the shed, and probably not see it for another 4 or 5 years. So that's, definitely disappointing. It's been fun planting with this thing, but unfortunately I have no reason to plant oats or wheat or anything like that. That's not really a crop that you see in Iowa very often, so sticking with the basics of corn and soybeans here, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Alright, we'll get pulled in down here by the shed, get this thing all washed off, we'll get it emptied out, and then we can go ahead and put it away. And I do think I'm going to go ahead and chop this month, but before I do, I want to get this feed wagon loaded, just to make sure that I do have a load of feed first thing in the morning for the cattle, because it will not be done fermenting until, late next month, so I want to make sure I can at least get them one feed wagon load in the morning here, and get a little bit more of this old silage out of the bunker. Now, to be completely honest, I've never had leftover silage in a bunker and put new fresh chaff in, so I honestly don't know how this is going to go. So this will definitely be a learning experience for me, and I hope it works out the way I think it's going to. But to be completely honest, I genuinely have no idea. All right, we got the duals pulled off the tractor here, and we got the chopper ready to roll, so we'll go ahead, get it fired up, get the head dropped down here, and we'll get to chopping. Since we do have as much silage left over as we do, I'm probably only going to do like 6 or 7 wagonfuls this year, as opposed to the, I think it was 12 that I did last year. So we'll go ahead, run this chopper, get, like I said, 6 or 7 loads in that bunker, get it packed. And that's going to be a lot of work for, you know, the month of August here. But well worth it. Okay, well, I found out I cannot dump more chaff in this bunker while there's old silage in it. So we need to get all of this old silage out of here before we can dump new in. So that's interesting. Looks like maybe I need to consider upgrading to a 2-bunker system here. Because we definitely don't have enough in there to get through another year. So that's an issue. So we're going to drag it all out here and dump it on the ground. 1 loader bucket at a time. So I'll catch up to you guys when we get this done. Alright, we got that done. So back to our regularly scheduled programming of getting our bunker silo filled. So this has definitely been a learning experience here. Not thrilled about it, but not a whole lot I could do either. So we'll go ahead and get this emptied, and we can get back to chopping. All right, we got all of our silage chopped, got it packed in the pit, we got the pit covered, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave all of the silage out here in the driveway for now. And this is an issue we're going to have to address, you know, in the future here. We can't be having this problem. That was no good at all. But this is going to be it for the month of August. So I will see you guys probably in October when we are ready to harvest here. Welcome into October of 1992, everyone. We're getting our feed wagon loaded here so we can go feed our cattle. And if you take a look, we're down to $33,000. We made a couple of small changes here on the farm. One of them was we got a new stock trailer. I went ahead and traded my old stock trailer in for a used Exus stock trailer. And it ended up, they gave us so much on trade, it only cost us $300 to change trailers. And that was honestly just because the trailer wouldn't hook up to the pickup. So that was really annoying. So now we don't have to move our animals using just the tractor anymore. We can now use the pickup. And we also changed the pickup. I picked up a 1990 F250. It's slightly used, got a great deal on it. Paid $15,000 for it, but they gave me $5,000 for trade-in on the old pickup. So that worked out really well. So we'll go ahead, get this feed wagon up to our cattle, get them fed. And as we drive by here, you'll be able to see both the stock trailer and the pickup. So that stock trailer is in great condition, all aluminum, very happy with it. And it's, going to be a lot more convenient to be able to use the pickup, which you can see is parked in our shop. And not only will that stock trailer hook up to the pickup, that pickup also hooks up to our milk trailer. So we now save a whole lot of time not having to use the 1066 to haul milk into town. That is a huge benefit, especially in the winter. A little bit chilly rolling down the road with the 1066 hauling milk into town last couple of years, so that is also no longer an issue for us. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this feed wagon unloading here. We'll take a look. So we've got quite a few new calves out here. We have 3 brand new females this month. We got a 3-month-old, and that's for our heifers here. And for our bulls, we have 1 new baby bull this month. We got a 1-month-old, 2-month, 2-month, 4. So we've got quite a few bull calves that we'll be able to sell here in the future. So everything is going really, really well. We're up to 34 animals in this barn. That's absolutely fantastic. A lot, and the vast majority are female. So our herd is still growing quite well. You can see our golden field of corn here looks absolutely fantastic. And I almost, habit almost got me there. I just about unhooked the feed wagon to hook the tractor up to the milk trailer. But we don't have to do that anymore. So we'll put the feed wagon back down in the yard. And I guess another benefit I didn't mention was the hours on this tractor. We've already almost got 20 hours on this tractor. And this is going to significantly help cut those hours way down here. Not having to run into town all the time with it. So we'll jump in the pickup here, get it fired up, and go hook up to our milk trailer and get it loaded and drug into town here. And yes, this is so much more convenient being able to do it this way. Definitely well worth the money, even though we don't have much. We have very little money at this point. All right, we got the trailer loaded. We are up a little bit on milk this month, so we're finally going back up, which is fantastic. We've got 1,357 gallons on, so we'll get this hauled into town, get it sold off, and make some money. All right, well, that was a significantly faster trip here. So we've got 718 gallons of milk on, so we'll go ahead and get this sold off here. All right, we got to take $635 off here. All right, and that puts us at $34,975. Now we've still got some milk we need to get sold. And I need to double check on our goats. I think there might be some goats that are ready to go this month as well. But if not, it'll be next month. All right, we'll go ahead and get this milk sold off. We've got 104 gallons. And we need to take $900 off. All right, so that puts us at $35,240. All right, and we got our combine ready, and we are rolling out here. Very excited for this bean harvest. This is a gigantic field to be doing with only a 20-foot header. So this is definitely going to take a while. And we lost a lot of money really fast here. I couldn't do another season with that auger. It's ridiculous. So I got rid of it and got an auger that I can actually hook up to a tractor. It won't reach our big bin, but right now we're not using our big bin anyway, so I don't think it really matters. Did it matter in the long run of the farm? No. It definitely was not a wise financial decision. I can fully admit that. But aesthetically, I couldn't do it. I couldn't take it anymore. So, went ahead, changed out the augers. Cost us, what, close to 10 grand? A little more? Yeah. Cost us almost 11 grand. Ouch. But, so be it. So, we're going to go ahead and get this field combine here. And I don't even know if I'll drag the semi out, to be honest. I might, depending on how this goes, just run the combine over to the auger every time it fills up here. All right, we got all of our short rows done, and we've got 44,000 liters and counting already going in the bin. This is going to be a huge harvest. the kind of harvest that I've been, really looking forward to. So now we're moving on to all of our long rows here. Or, well, I guess, honestly, I should say our medium rows. There's kind of 3 levels in this field. We take a look here. Around the bin site, on the back side of the bin site here, those rows get really long. These are about medium size. And I got all of the short rows done. So now that we're done unloading, we'll take a look in the bin here. And yeah, 50,000 liters already. So we should be well over 100 and probably 150,000 liters is my guess. So we'll go ahead, get the rest of this field knocked out here. And I'll catch up to you guys probably when I get these medium rows done. All right, we got all of our medium rows done here. And if we jump out, we can take a look in, we can take a look in our bin, and we've got almost 70,000 liters in here. So we're going to run all of our long rows next. They are definitely going to take a bit. So it's already 10:15. We've been combining for, I think, close to 2 hours now. So yeah, it's definitely taking a while to get this field done, but I'm very happy with what we're getting for yield off this field, and our cornfields definitely won't take quite as long. All right, we got our bean field all harvested now, and we've got 103,389 liters. That's a lot of beans. I have no idea how many bushels it is, but we'll get that figured up later. But it is 11:18, and we need to get the combine switched over and ready to harvest some corn here. So we'll get that taken care of and jump into our cornfields right away. All right, we got our combine switched over. We're ready to rock and roll here. So we're going to start in the field we chopped. We'll get this thing fired up. We are going to enable our straw swath so we can bale up some corn stalks here. And I'm going to go ahead and take these end rows off first. And then we'll work our way down to the other end of the field and work on those end rows, and then it's just straight back and forth here. Should be pretty decent yield out of this field, and I can't wait to see what we get for a yield in our new field here. All right, we have this field finished. Looks like we're going to be just shy of 2 full loads of corn coming off this field. That's very, very good. We're going to go ahead and run over to the other field here, get it started, and get the semi-trailer unloaded. And I did decide I'm going to go ahead and drop the straw swath on the other cornfield as well, make as many corn stalk bales as we can, because we absolutely need to sell as much product as we can off this farm this year, since we're down to $24,000. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a lot of extra baling, but in the end, I do believe it'll be completely worth it here. All right, we got our semi emptied out. We're rolling here in the field, so we'll go ahead and get this knocked out. I'm guessing be about the same as the last field, a load and a half, maybe, close to 2 loads. I'm not really sure. I guess we're going to find out here.
Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. Think I was broken, I needed some time to clear my head. 'Cause I've made all the mistakes and I've dealt with the heartbreaks, but I think that I found my way. 'Cause I've been sinking like a stone. Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken. I won't let you go. 'Cause I'm finding my way right back to you. I'll find my way back to you. I see a river floating its way way out to the sea. I can remember carving our names onto that tree. And I just wanna see you, 'cause you will never know just how much I've been missing home. 'Cause I've been sinking like a stone. Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken. I won't let you go, 'cause I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I'll find my way back to you. I think that I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I think that I'm finding my way. Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. But I've been sinking like a stone. Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken, and I won't let you go, 'cause I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I'll find my way back to you.
All right, we got the semi full. We've got the combine full, so we'll run down and get that semi emptied out. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed in how much corn we're getting off this field. I was hoping for more, but wanted a partial load. I'll take it. I'll take it. We need every bit we can get. So definitely gonna have plenty of straw to bale up. That's a good thing. We'll have plenty of stock bales to get. I really need to start calling them stock bales to get sold here this winter. So that's a good thing. Well, we'll run this truck down, get it emptied out, and finish this last little bit in this field, and our harvest will be finished. All right, and with this little row here that I missed, we are done with harvest. So we'll go ahead and get this combine unloaded, get the semi unloaded into the bin, and get to baling. We got a lot of stock bales to get baled up here, so we're far from done this month. It's about 1:15 already, so this harvest definitely took a while, but very, very worth it. And I'm excited to make some money off this harvest and make some money off these stock bales, because being down to $24,000 is starting to get very nerve-wracking here. All right, we got the baler hooked up to the 1066 here. We'll go ahead and get all of our stocks baled up here. Got the bale counter reset so we know how many bales we get, and I'm pretty excited for this. It's going to be a lot of baling. I really hope we have enough bale net. That's going to really suck if we run short, because I am out. So that means we have to buy more. I'm really hoping to get through this year without having to buy any more, but you just never know. I might have to anyway. So we'll go ahead and get all these baled up here, get them all picked up, and then we can start fertilizing and doing some fall tillage here. All right, we are done baling. So we ended up with 39 corn stalk bales. Very happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and get these picked up. I'm going to put as many bales as we can into our dairy barn and put a few more into our fat cattle lot. And that'll get us through for the next year. And that means every other stock bale after that can be sold off for profit. So that is the plan moving forward anyway. But we'll go ahead and get this unhooked, get the baler put away for the year, and grab the 856, the bale trailer, and start picking up bales. All right, well, it's a little after 5 o'clock. We got all of our bales picked up. We've got all the bales into the barns that we needed to. So we've got 28 stock bales that we can sell off this winter. And we've also got quite a few alfalfa bales that we can sell as well this year. So that's very good. But we're definitely starting to run out of time here for October. So I will see you guys in November. All right, welcome into November, everyone. We've got quite a bit of work to do this month. We're going to start out, as always, getting our chores done first thing in the morning. Always got to make sure those cattle are fed at the same time every day, keep their production even. And we have a few more calves born this month. And we did lose a goat this month due to a random accident. So not really sure what that random accident could have been, but that's definitely unfortunate. So that's, money lost on that situation, but nothing I can do about it. That is a part of the realistic livestock mod, is you will inevitably lose some animals due to just random accidents. So, but we're going to start out. We're going to get our cattle fed. Our goats need a bale of hay. The fat cattle lot needs to get some feed. So we've got quite a bit of feeding to do here this morning. And then we're going to go ahead and get into spreading some manure and slurry on our big field here before we do some ripping. And the entire field needs to be ripped. It's been a few years since we've done any deep tillage. And I guess I shouldn't say ripped. It's a chisel plow, so let me correct myself. We're going to chisel plow this entire field. Even though part of it was just chisel plowed last year, to extend it, we're going to do the whole thing. That way the field is completely even. And our other small field, that hasn't been done in a few years, so that also needs to be chisel plowed. But we need to get some fertilizer spread out first on it. We need to get our manure and slurry spread on our big field first. That way we can work it all into the ground and get better performance out of both. All right, we got that feed wagon unloading. You can see one of the brand new baby calves is right here. Looking very, very good. Very happy. Got a few animals here in the barn. We got another baby calf over here. So that's wonderful. And as we run out through the pasture here, see, we got a little one there. They are very hard to see in this tall grass. But we're really starting to increase our number here of cattle that we have in the barn, which is awesome. I'm very happy that our cattle herd is growing, and it's growing quite well. So we're at 37 head in this barn currently. We've got a few cattle that aren't quite ready to be moved down to the fat cattle lot, but they're getting close. So we'll go ahead, reload this feed wagon, get a load down to the fat cattle lot. And then we need to grab a bale of hay and take that into our goats. All right, we got our other load here, getting it delivered into our fat cattle lot. You can see they are growing. There's only 3 head in here, but they're doing quite well. They're not ready to be sold yet. We got quite a while for that yet, but as long as they're doing well and they're healthy, that's all that really matters. We will eventually make profit off of them, but not yet. Well, we got our bale of hay picked up here for our goats. A little crooked on the bale spear, but boy, I tell you what, that rear bale spear is super convenient here. We'll get that dropped off for them. That'll get them by for a few more months. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and check, see if we got any that are ready to be sold yet. All right, we got a few that are getting close. We're going to wait another 2 months, and we'll have about 10 head that we can get sold off. So that will be fantastic, getting them sold off and making a little profit there. Now we have our milk for the goats and milk for the cattle that we need to get hauled into town and sold. So we're going to do that next, and then it's on to spreading manure. All right, we've got 1,220 gallons of milk on here, so we'll go ahead and get this run into town, get it sold. And while I'm thinking about it, I don't need to make 2 trips. Oh my goodness. I don't know why this just now dawned on me. I can load the goat milk in the back of the truck and get it sold along with the cow milk all in one shot here. All right, so we have the goat milk picked up, and that is 99 gallons of goat milk. So this is great. I can now make 1 trip instead of 2 trips into town. And I can do it with the pickup, which is significantly faster than with the tractor. That's a heck of an improvement here. So yeah, picking up this Ford was absolutely worth it. That saves a lot of time. It saves us, honestly, about 45 minutes. Real time, just trying to get everything drug into town here. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. All right, we're down here at the creamery, so the goat milk will sell first here. And that is $750 too much, so we'll pull $750 back here. All right, now we will go ahead and sell our cow milk here. And that was $889 too much, so we'll go ahead and get that pulled back. All right, so that puts us at $23,748. That is very, very good. So we'll get this run back, and we can start spreading manure right away. We've got a lot of field work to do this month that I definitely want to get done before it freezes this winter, so we're going to get to it as quickly as possible. All right, we got our 1586 hooked up to our manure spreader here. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing fired up, get it going, and cover as much ground as we can here. We definitely don't have enough manure to cover this entire field, and that's fine because we have a lot of slurry. So we're definitely going to get this field completely covered. It's just going to be multiple products. All right, we got all the manure spread, or almost all of it. We've got 4,100 liters left, but this field is done. And it's raining, so we're not going to be able to do any chisel plowing until this rain stops. So I'm going to go ahead and get this manure spreader put away and wait for the rain to quit. Well, I decided I'm going to go ahead and spread some slurry on our corn stalk ground, even though these 2 fields will be going to beans. But A, we do need the fertilizer for farm sim, and B, we need to get this barn emptied. It's getting too full, so we got to get rid of it regardless. So we're going to go ahead and spread slurry on these 2 fields, and we're probably not going to get the barn empty, but we'll at least get it down so that we can get through the next year without it overflowing. All right, we got all of our slurry spread on the 2 corn stalk fields, and yeah, you can tell how dirty the International is. Spreading slurry in the rain, probably not the best idea. But we're going to go ahead and get both it and the slurry spreader cleaned up here and put away for the winter. We should be done with both for the rest of this year and not need them until springtime. Well, it finally quit raining, so it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're finally in the field chisel plowing. So we're going to get this field done and the field up above done today. And that's going to get us done with our fall tillage, and we will be ready for our spring field work. So we're going to go ahead and call this an episode. So if you guys like what you're seeing, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.